Hi, my name is Nick Starchild. I'm a Black transgender man who lives in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I make videos about my life, mostly about travel, food, and women's sports. But today I'm going to talk about why I'm leaving the United States. All right, so I think the best way to describe this video, or to even get a start on this video, is probably to watch my other videos, and then also like general experiences in the Bay Area. I think those are really good primers as to why I'm leaving. But essentially, you know, crime, traffic, cost of living, all the things, right? Like most people, are why they would leave, and I'm over it. I'm over it. I think, overall, we can talk about like America not being affordable, right? There are not a lot of places that I want to live personally. I've lived a couple of places in the United States, and I've found that the Bay Area is the most welcoming for me and the place that I feel the most safe. At the same time, it is incredibly expensive. I am very privileged, and I live in a rent-controlled apartment, so I pay under $2,000 for my one bedroom, which is like very hard to find, very unheard of. And I'm very grateful for that, but at the same time, I live in a 100-year-old building. It's dilapidated. It doesn't have AC. There's like a lot of things that are missing from that building, but I'm happy. I have a great property manager, a great building. But, I pay I pay $500 for my car. I pay $145 for insurance. I pay, if I want to do public transportation, got to pay for that. Got to pay for gas. Got to pay for food. Food here is not cheap, and I don't eat bad food. I eat like quality food. I eat organic food. So I'm looking at, anywhere between $500 to $800 a month in food. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth, because it's two people. It's not just me. It's me and my partner. My partner has a gluten allergy. She only eats, natural foods as well. We try our best to eat healthy, so we end up paying a lot of money, to eat healthier food here, which is wild how much money we waste on just like living. Oh my god. I have, and like I said, I've been to other places. So I lived in Atlanta. Atlanta was very nice, but it wasn't for me. Culturally, it's just not it's the South, and I'm a very much a Californian person, so it is it is not really for me, but I did enjoy it. So it's a great place to visit. I really enjoyed Phoenix. Phoenix was fantastic. The weather was amazing. The climate was like the climate in general, and like the ecology. There was no trash. There was no graffiti. But I didn't feel like that's a place that I'd want to live long term. It's just a great place to visit. As a state, as government-wise, is a little conservative for me. Seattle. Phoenix, Arizona, rather. So the state of Arizona is conservative. Phoenix as a city is not. And then Seattle. Seattle is a great place as well. I really enjoyed going there. I've only been there during the summer. I don't think I can live there either because of the weather. It's too cold, and I'm already over the coldness of the Bay Area. So there you go. But the overall issue, is really the gun violence here. So gun violence is very common here. It's everywhere, like literally everywhere. There have been mass shootings. There's been shootings every day, right? And there's been 40 mass shootings this year, of like 4 or more. But shootings are just very common. Tens and tens of thousands of people die every year in this country from gun violence, and we're so used to it, we're so numb about it, that no one even cares. It's not even a big deal. People are like, oh yeah, like people get shot here. And I'm just like, the fact that we're so numb to it, that people are shooting people in bowling alleys, they're shooting people in elementary schools and colleges, just any and everywhere. It does not matter. You are not safe. No one is safe in this country. Oh my god. That the amount of racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, it's pretty prevalent here, and of course we've taken care of some of it, but like a lot of it has not really been addressed. Wow, that is you could have just waited and backed up. Wow. And I'm seeing something right now that's stupid. I'm seeing something right fucking now that's dumb. Oh my god. I'm in a parking lot. I'm just okay. Cars is just like people don't know how to drive. People are doing the most. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, back to what I was talking about, because I was actually talking about gun violence. So those are some, that alone, I feel like that the gun violence alone is just not common anywhere else but here and maybe Brazil. The amount of fucking people who die from gun violence here is crazy. let's talk about the things that I do. Yeah, so so the gun violence issue. So it's crazy when you have other countries telling people not to come to the United States because of the gun violence, or because of there's so much homophobia and transphobia. They're like, oh, we wouldn't recommend you going there. Like Canada is telling their citizens, if you're gay, you might want to rethink going to the Bay Area, or at least rethink going to Florida. Like, that's wild. That's like that's who we are now. Healthcare. Let's talk about healthcare. It's so expensive here. It's a scam. It's like either you pay out of pocket, so you're paying like $800 a month for yourself for really shitty coverage where you have to pay you're paying $800 a month, and then you still have to pay a copay to see the doctor, and then none of your stuff is covered. You still have to pay more money even though you pay for this insurance. It still doesn't cover everything. Now, if you have insurance only through your job, then they pay most of the premium, but then you're still paying like 20% of it. So you're paying a couple $100 a month, and you're still paying a copay, and still things aren't covered. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Everything is there's like a paywall through everything. Everything is a gatekeeper. Going to the pharmacy, you have to have prescriptions for everything. Everything is just like, everyone's scared you're gonna get sued. So there's always like these barriers to get to things. A lot of gatekeeping, lots and lots of gatekeeping over things that don't need to be gatekeeped. And I am just tired of that. I'm tired of like being denied healthcare. Here, if you are a black person, your chances of living a long and healthy life it's not going to happen. Black people die here earlier than any other country. This is not a place for black people to live. It's a place for black people to die. You're not going to thrive here. If you want to thrive in America, you come here to make money, and you take that money and you leave. You don't stay. Oh my God. Let's see. Taxes. So let's talk about taxes. Taxes are crazy here, and you don't really get anything for it. So you can talk about other countries and like, oh, all these other countries, they pay so much in taxes, but they get shit for it. The country is nice. The roads are clean. Like, the government works. Here, we pay a whole bunch of taxes and we don't get anything for it. Like, you're like, what am I paying for? What is this going to? I don't see it. So it makes people angry. I'm angry about it. I'm like, what am I paying? Why am I paying 26% in taxes? What am I paying that for? Plus 10% in sales tax. It's wild. You also have to think about the fact that American dollars go further than here. Like here, American dollars are very valuable, but they're more valuable not in the United States. So taking your money elsewhere, for example, living in Mexico, you can live a very comfortable life if you make $24,000 a year. And I mean like net, right? So that's probably like, I don't know, $40,000 a year. If you make $40,000 a year, bring home your net profits, maybe 30,000. Bring home your net profits, you live very comfortably. You'd be fine. And that's crazy that you could live comfortably there, but here you would most definitely be stressed. You'd be struggling for sure. There's a lot of propaganda about living abroad. People are saying, the people who have never lived abroad will say things like, it's scary, it's dangerous, why would you live that? Why would you leave the United States? This country is so much better. I'm like, how do you know? Have you been? Have you lived those? Have you done that? And then the fact that people are judging you for wanting to live abroad, or that you would live abroad, is more about their own shit than you. And like, that's their life. This is your life. You got to think about yourself. And that's what I think about all the time, is like, I am not living for other people. I'm living for myself and what makes me happy. And I don't care that other people are like, oh, you're not a real American, or you're using up other countries' resources, or whatever kind of excuses people make about people who live abroad. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You pay them out for my bills? Are you living my life? Are you in my shoes? Then no, then you don't have a right to talk about anything that I'm doing, or nor should I care. And I don't. So all I say is, living abroad is amazing. I've heard many accounts. It's just as difficult as living in the United States, and it's sometimes easier than living in the United States. A lot of times it's a lot easier, I would say. And I cannot wait to experience that. That is, can't wait. It's on the bucket list. I'm getting out of here. And then I think about the things that I do, right? So I am a pretty boring person. I go for walks sometimes. I go for hikes sometimes. I go to the water. I like to go to like a lake or a beach. I go to the grocery store. I go to a retail store sometimes. I go to museums. What else? I eat out, right? So all of those things can be done anywhere. All of those things can be done in any city. Most cities have those things, if you're in a major city. So I'm like, what do I need to be here for again? Like, why am I here? And my family has always known that I wasn't planning on staying here, so it's not a surprise that I would be leaving anyway. So there really is no reason to be here. I appreciate the fight that, I respect and appreciate people who want to stay and fight for what's here. Maybe their family has done a lot in this country, built a lot here, gained a lot of resources. So you want to stay and you want to protect that. I get it. And that's your path. That's your role in this world. That's your life. But not everyone is going to live that life, and it's okay that other people have chosen differently, and I'm definitely one of those people. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going to live a much happier, healthier life, not in this country, because I am so unhappy here. If I'm going to be unhappy, I'm like, I might as well be unhappy in a much better tropical climate. At least enjoying my my day-to-day life and feeling comfortable, not being scared for that I'm gonna get shot by crossfire just like driving down the street. So anywho, that's all to say of why I'm leaving the United States. There's a lot of reasons. I listed all the ones that I said here. There's more, obviously, but those are the main ones, and I'm pretty sure it's the right decision for me. So looking forward to the future. I am planning on leaving in 2024. So hopefully before the middle of the year, I will no longer live in the United States. That is the goal. And we will see if I can make it happen. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know. Stay tuned. There's something to look forward to. So, all right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.